Welcome back to my channel, Statistics for Applied Linguistics. I'm Dr. Marnie Menegra, and in this video today, we're going to look at the pages at the front of a thesis. So what do you put at the front of the thesis? What comes before the thesis itself? Let's have a look. So the first thing you're going to find is your title page. That's going to be a template that you'll find from your thesis supervisor, your department, or your program, and it's going to be a standard title page. There should then be some signed work forms. So this will be signed by the student, the supervisor, and program director, or it might just be the student and the supervisor. And then the abstract. This is usually written last. I have another video on how to write the abstract, so you can check that one out. And then your dedication. This is 1 or 2 lines on a page. It is optional. You can substitute this page with a quote, a meaningful quote. And then your acknowledgements. And this can be anywhere from a paragraph through to 1 or 2 pages. You're going to thank anybody who helped you with your study. So your participants, your thesis supervisor. And this is followed by your table of contents. So your table of contents is standard. I will have another video on how to do the hyperlinked table of contents. And following the table of contents, starting on a new page, is your list of tables. And this is only if you have tables in a thesis. Most master's level theses will. And this is followed by your list of figures. These are charts, graphs, photos, images. So your list of figures will be on a new page. It's not on the same page of your list of tables. You're going to start a new page for this. And then you will have a list of abbreviations, a list of terms, or a glossary. These are optional. So let's have a look at what these would look like. But first, keep in mind that the pages at the front of a thesis will need to be numbered using Roman numerals. And I will have another video that shows how to do the page numbering. And you may have the pages at the front appear in the table of contents. So you might have the abstract, and this might be page with a Roman numeral 2 that may show in the table of contents. That is optional. Some theses start with the table of contents showing everything that is before the introduction, and some just start right with the introduction. And the title pages, work pages, abstract, acknowledgements, and table of contents are required, but other pages will appear if applicable. So you're not always going to see a glossary or a list of tables. So the glossary is optional. The list of tables will only appear if there are actual tables in the thesis. So again, we're going to have a look at what these look like. This is an example of a title page from our undergraduate program. So you can check the template for your program in Moodle or check with your supervisor. And this is the abstract. So remember, the keywords are going to come under the abstract. The abstract is usually a paragraph, but for a master's thesis or a doctoral thesis, sometimes this will be quite a bit longer. This is for an undergraduate thesis. And here's a dedication or a quote. A dedication, you normally would say, this thesis is dedicated to my spouse or my parents or whoever is meaningful to you that you want to dedicate the thesis to. This is optional. You do not have to have that there. In this case, this student used a quote. And the acknowledgements, again, you're going to thank whoever participated in your study, anybody that really supported you or helped you through that time. So here's an example of the table of contents. So again, we'll look at another video on how to do a hyperlinked table of contents, but you can see that it shows the layout and the page number just aligned on the right-hand side. And the format has to be done as per APA 7 with Purdue OWL, so you can see how it kind of indents for each of these different subsections here. Following that is the list of tables. Now here the student separated out the table that's in an appendix. You don't have to do that. You can have table 1, 2, and 3 all together, but you can, this is optional, just list it out for the appendices. Here's the list of figures. It follows the list of tables. And here's the list of abbreviations. So some theses will have a lot of different abbreviations. and sometimes some acronyms. And if you find that you have a large number of these, you may want to have a list of abbreviations at the front, which is just there to help the reader so they can reference back to see what these abbreviations mean. And in this case here, this is from a neurolinguistics thesis. This student used a glossary of terms. So for the different high-level terms that were used in the thesis, this is again is there to help the reader. And again, these pages are going to be numbered with Roman numerals, but after the glossary, then you're going to start with the introduction, number 1. So this concludes the video with the pages at the front of the thesis. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.